Alright, so in this video, what I'm going to try to do is show you how to set up a semester-long class to have cumulative grading across all midterms, terms, and for the entire semester. And it's a little tricky, and I can't say my understanding is 100% spot on, but this is what I've figured out. To start, I'm in a gradebook that has a class that hasn't even started yet. This is my semester 2, and we're still in semester 1, just wrapping up. So there's no assignments in the gradebook. To start, I'm going to set up the overall semester 2 to be cumulative. And for that, I can go about two different ways. I can either click this S2 link, or if I hover over options, I can hit Setup Semester S2 Grade Calculations. Either way will get me there. Now what I see here is when I'm on this screen, by default, right now it says Cumulated Assignment Scores for all terms, so I am cumulative for this semester. However, I believe this is because my first semester of the same section in Skyward, I had already set that. If I hadn't done that, or it's the beginning of the year, I believe I need to go in and change this. So I'll save that. Here's where it gets a little funkier. Just because I did that doesn't mean that Term 4, M4, Term 3, or M3 are going to be default set up as cumulative. I need to go and set those up as well. And the way to do that for those is you lose that options. See in semester 2 options, set up S2 grade calculations. Options for the other ones don't have that. So instead I have to actually click the link to T4, M4, T3, and M3 sequentially. Click that, and we can see here that T4 is not set to use cumulative. So T4 is going to be weighting midterm 1 and midterm 2 respectively of the fourth quarter. So I need to go set cumulative grading for this term as well. And I'll save that. And now that I'm back in my gradebook, I need to go and do that for each individual midterm or term. Because what will happen if I don't do that is it's going to make for kind of lousy reporting. Because semester 2 is going to be cumulative, but it's going to be cumulative because I have these other weighted terms. And if you do want to do that, I mean, that's a thing you can do. You could have midterm 4, for whatever reason, be the only term that is weighted. And then you could have semester 2 be cumulative, factoring in that weighted term. It's up to you. But that is what it's going to do unless you go individually click each specific term and midterm and then set them to cumulative. Once it's all set to cumulative, the entire term, the entire semester will then be weighted from start to finish. And you can mess with this however you want. Maybe you do want to have term 3 and term 4 be weighted, and then or maybe you want semester 2 to be weighted, whatever it is. But if you do want cumulative, and you want cumulative across an entire semester, or if it's a quarter-long class, just between a term, you have to set that individually for each one. And to the best of my knowledge, and in the most experience I have doing this year in, year out, this has to be done as a practice for every single different section in Skyward, every single year. And also, just to add to the workload a little bit, what I've also found is that even the same section, so I'm in just the 5th period version of the 1st period class I was just showing you. I'm hiding that on the screen because I don't want to reveal student names. But this is the 5th period section of the exact same course. What I've found, though, is that even in the 1st period section that I went in and set T4 as cumulative, it didn't transfer. It didn't go to cumulative for T4 for the 5th period section. So what that's telling me is I now need to go into every single class and every single class period that's represented in Skyward into the gradebook and individually select all the terms and all the midterms, go in and set those all as cumulative in order to actually use cumulative. Or whatever method you're using. If it's cumulative over the semester and weighted term grades or weighted midterms, however you want to do it, you have to set these parameters up for each individual section of each class in Skyward based on what I'm seeing. Defaults do not seem to carry over between sections, even when the course code is the same. Hopefully that's helpful and get you set up in terms of your grading for this coming semester or year.